Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, or That Cosmic Synchronicity. Now, today I want to talk about something I've kind of been grappling with for the last few weeks, but I feel like I finally had a breakthrough this week. If you believe in manifestation and you believe that your thoughts create your reality, you believe you're a divine being having a human experience, and if you are watching this, you probably resonate and do believe all those things. Why can't we just decide that we're living different? Okay, now let me explain this a little more. When you talk about shifting timelines, right? You want to be on your most ideal timeline. You want to be in the version of your life that has the things you want, we'll say, as an example. You have to become that person who lives on that timeline, right? Like, you have to change your own identity. You have to identity shift, right? To become that person on the new timeline. But what I'm realizing lately is that you can just decide to be that person. It's really as simple as that. There's no extra secret. You just have to choose. And I guess why I've been thinking about this is because I've been in this sphere of healing lately, right? If you've seen any of my videos, a lot of them just have to do with shadow work and going deep and like healing your inner child and stuff like that, you know, which is good and valuable. When you are in the mentality of healing, you are being just that. You are being somebody that needs to be healed. So if you keep going into that energy of being somebody that's working on healing or healing others even, it requires that you are not yet healed. So it's almost like a paradox, right? And I've realized that you can just, you kind of have to just wake up and decide that you're already healed. And that doesn't mean you don't have more things to learn and go through and experience and more things to heal. But when you decide that you're already healed, it forces you to shift your perspective. It forces you to see things from that healed perspective that maybe you couldn't see before. And if anything, it kind of fast tracks your healing in a really paradoxical way. So for me, it's very much been in this healing mindset, right? I think we can kind of take that and use it in manifestation, right? Like I said, timeline shifting, identity shifting, all of that. And I think that's kind of what we already do, right? If you use affirmations, you might say, I'm wealthy, I am free, I have so much time, whatever affirmations you use that are positive. I feel like I've heard a lot of criticism about affirmations don't work, or they just create more limiting beliefs within you, right? Because if you say something that's not true, if you say something that's not true, your brain might be like, well, that's not true, and cause a limiting belief that wasn't previously there, or it'll just highlight the one that was previously there. So for me, affirmations are very powerful, but you have to do it the right way. You have to find ones that really speak to you and really work for you, right? So for me, saying, oh, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I'm so grateful for all the money that I have, or whatever, doesn't really work for me. What does work is realizing the abundance you do have. And this is another thing, if you get into affirmations and you start saying them a lot, even if you don't believe them, it will start to make you think differently, which is the whole point, right? So you'll rewire your mind to see the abundance in the world, to see the wealth, to see how healed you really are, if you want to talk about healing more. So this past week, I've just decided that I'm already healed, and it's helped me to see my problems in new light. I've had this trigger that I've mentioned in other videos that just seems to keep coming back. Well, it's gotten to the point where it's not a physical thing in my life anymore. It's not something that comes up in conversation. It doesn't, I don't experience it anymore, right, in the same way. But it's a thought pattern I have still. I'm thinking about it all the time. I'm in this negative thought loop, essentially. And so lately I've been trying to figure out, like, how do I get out of this, right? How do I stop this negative thought loop? Because now I'm at the point where I can see it for what it is, which is not true, not real. No matter how much my ego wants to claim it as accurate or in reality, it's literally just in my mind. So in claiming that I'm already healed, and in basically anytime this negative thought pattern comes up, I listen to affirmations on YouTube and I just bombard my brain with positive thoughts like that. And so when I started looking at this thought pattern from the perspective of, oh, I'm already healed, that's not a problem in my life anymore, it's I can see it even more clearly how it's not real, right? And so now every time the thoughts come up, it just takes acknowledging that that's the old me. That's not me anymore. That's not who I want to be. That's not the thoughts I want to have as a person. I cannot have those thoughts if I am in my healed version, in my most abundant version, in my highest timeline. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about lately. I feel like this idea of just claiming to be healed, it really is just that simple. And the reason that I haven't made a video about it yet, because I've been thinking about it for a few weeks, is that in like the higher realms, this concept is so true that there's not a lot of words for it. It's kind of that idea of like that I am. Like when you say I am, right? You are just claiming this existence. You are claiming all of existence. So why can't you claim literally whatever you want, whether it's being healed or being abundant or whatever? It might take a minute for the 3D world to catch up, but you can just claim anything you want.